Hey, this is Mark Henry, author of Dancing with Energy, Healing, Magic, and Mysticism, here to talk to you more about the occult and the paranormal. Well, today I'm going to be doing a video titled Goetia, Tarot of Darkness. So I will not be discussing a specific tarot card like I've done in previous videos. This is actually a new type of video, so I'm going to be discussing and evaluating an entire deck. It's a deck that I recently purchased, and I think that you, or at least some of you, might be interested in knowing a little bit more about it. So let's go ahead and get started. So it's going to be by the Lo Scarabeo company, and the artist is Fabio Listani. So it is the Goetia Tarot of Darkness. That's the title. So this is a very beautiful deck. Let me present a picture to you. Now it may be slightly hard to see. Because it is in black and white. That's the spirit. This is the back. So you'll see that it uses a lot of black, white, and gray. And this was actually one of the criticisms of the deck that I found when I was doing some research on it. That some would like more color and it's a kind of pop in that particular way. But, you know, if we're dealing with the Goetia and a little bit of the darker spirits, then it makes sense that you would have the artistic qualities kind of commensurate with that tone. So I'm not mad about it. We're going to look more into it in a second. So this book comes with an instruction manual. Also very good art on the instruction manual. And when I say instruction manual, it's the kind of the guidebook that you get with all tarot decks to kind of get you familiar with the little bit of the history and the meanings of the cards. Now, this is about 128 pages. It is for those people who are from certain countries. This is translated into a few different languages. It's English, Italian, Portuguese, and Spanish. So if you need those translations, this book has it. Now it talks a little bit about the spirits, but more in table form, so you're not going to get a lot of in-depth instructions. In fact, you probably get a little less as far as the card's meanings than you would in other cards. This deck, I think, and the creators were making certain assumptions about people, so it is going to cater to some and be great for some, and maybe slightly less value with others. But we're going to talk about kind of why that is. So this deck actually has 78 cards. Now you might say, well, from what I know of the Lesser Key of Solomon, that there are only 72 spirits. And you would be correct. So they've added some other spirits in there, darker spirits, to make up for that, because they wanted to keep kind of the traditional set 78 that's kind of outlined in the Rider-Waite deck. So you'll see some spirits that aren't in the traditional Goetia, but they're popular enough that you probably would want them there. So what is on each card? We will look at Dantalion. Okay. So Dantalion, you'll see on the edges, it's kind of hard to see, you'll have his name, they'll have his sigil in the top left corner, and then below it they will have the astrology symbol associated with it, and there will be the planet. Now it says that in the Rider-Waite deck, this particular spirit is associated with the High Priestess. So let's say that, okay, so I don't really know this deck that well. So I would just kind of go on Rider-Waite interpretation. So that'll give you a little bit of leeway in interpreting. Sometimes they'll give you the tarot suit, they give you the name, the sigil, planet, and the astrological sign. So what do I think about this overall? Before I get to that though, I want to let you know this is very good card stock. And this is important because if you've had tarot cards that are kind of flimsy, they'll start to bend, they'll start to crease, but this holds up pretty well. Now, one thing that because it's so well done, you may have a little bit of an issue in the beginning, starting to shuffle, but over time, you'll get used to it, just like anything else. Also, the box is very well designed. One of the things that's a little bit of an irritation with some of these tarot cards is that they'll come in a little box and it's really flimsy. And after you take the cards in and out a few times, again, just like with the particular cards, it can start to crease. The top, the fold that goes into the actual box will start to tear. It just won't look good. So usually at that point, or maybe even before, people will put it in a tarot bag or something so they don't have to deal with that. But this is very well constructed, and it has a very good artistic design. So what happens when you simply want to put in the box, you just open it up and you put it in, and it's very well constructed. So I know that you cannot feel this, but it's pretty well it's pretty well structured. So you can use this for probably the life of the actual tarot cards. So what is the best aspects of this, and why is it, who would be the best to actually have this? If you are somebody who is very familiar with the Goetia and the Goetic spirits, then, and you have a lot of knowledge and most of the characters and what they look like and everything, this is going to be right up your alley, because you're going to be able to probably take these cards and then start doing your divination with them outright. For some people that are unfamiliar, then what's probably going to happen, I would hold off on using this for divination for a while until you actually look at the cards. This is actually a good learning tool for the novice, because it'll show, of course, the demon, and it will show their images. So you'll be able to learn a lot about them. And then once you get a certain level of understanding about them, then you'll be able to do the divination and do it well. The third thing is, if you wanted to use the cards as tools for evocation and things like that, you're more than welcome. You'll have the name, the image, and you'll have the sigil. So you'll have everything there for you. Put it on your altar, and you can work with it that way. So okay, that's about it. I didn't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to introduce this to you. Again, here are some of the favorite demons that people want to know about. We got Dantalion here. Some of the other spirits that are in there, of course, we got Lucifer. We've got Queen Lilith. and a few other ones. So okay, please subscribe and like. Again, I'm adding more and more entities to my Etsy store. I just added St. Jude for those people who are in desperate times, and he is the saint of those things, of overcoming obstacles and that sort of thing. I've also added Vine from the Goetia. A lot of these Goetic spirits that are in this deck, you know, are in the attunement store. So check it out. I'll put a link in the description. So if you want a connection to these spirits, you can check out the store and look at what you need and go from there. Okay. Well, thanks so much. It's good to be back. I took a week off last week to take care of some personal business. But now I'm back, and I will see you in a future video. Okay? Take care.